Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. Today I'll be showing you some simple activities you can be doing at home with Play-Doh. They're fine motor related and things that we could be doing in remote learning OT. So to get started, I think one thing to do, just to get the hands warmed up, is just to play with the Play-Doh. You squeeze it, move it around, form it in your hand, just get used to it. And then what we're going to do is I like to call this one building a snowman. So what we do is practice rolling the balls. So we want to practice not putting too much pressure and just rolling it around in our hand until we have a Play-Doh ball. So that's the bottom of our snowman. We're going to roll another one. That's the middle of our snowman. And then once we have our last small piece, and we've created a snowman. Another activity that you can do with Play-Doh is making worms. So opposed to the snowballs, we're going to add a little bit more pressure when we're making the worms, and we're going to roll them until they turn out like that. Alternatively, you could be, say my hand's a table, your student could rub the worm across the table too and really use that pressure to roll it. So once we have one, we can make another and so on. Another activity that we could do while this is a worm is practice cutting. So one thing we can do is practice scissor use. And then you have all kinds of little Play-Dohs you can pick up and then place into a container as well. So practicing that pinching and fine motor skills. And then last, once we have another ball, what we can do is flatten it, and I call this one making a pizza. So once the dough's flat, we're going to push it, use our strength to really squeeze it, and then we can use our fingers to pinch and mold it. And this makes it a little bit bigger because you can't flatten it out that much with your hands. You're going to really have to use those pinching skills to flatten out the dough. Another activity, so we'll be using the worm method again, is rolling this together. You could even cut it as well. So for example, we're going to make letters. So if I want to make the letter T, I'll cut two pieces. So one for the stick, and then one to go across the top. So when we're done, the letter will end up looking like that. And so on. So we can make letters based on the amount of lines needed. So for example, I'll do one more. If you have a letter say like M or W, you're going to need to count those lines. So for an M, we have one line down, so we'll make one cut. Another line down, the diagonal line, another cut. The diagonal line going up that way. And then the last straight line down is our last piece. So we need 4 pieces for this letter. So I'll show you this when I'm all done. When you're all done, you should have a letter M like that. Last but not least, we have, as last week we had the stringing activity, this week we have an alternative method we could be doing with Play-Doh. So what I would do is combine all your Play-Doh so you have a good foundation. So you can make it a cube, you can make it a ball. I'll use a ball for example. So what we have is a ball, and I'm going to be using a spaghetti noodle. So some hard spaghetti noodles. So a cool thing you can do with this, you could leave them the full length, you could break them in half, or you could use any length you want. So you have varying lengths of spaghetti noodles in the Play-Doh. So once you do, you could use other pastas such as like a penne pasta, so like they're a little bit bigger pieces, longer pieces, and what you would do is string them onto those pieces, or you could use a smaller piece. So you could use smaller pieces to make it a little bit more challenging, and see how many stacked pieces of spaghetti you can put on the Play-Doh. So those are just some fun and creative ways you can using something such as Play-Doh that can be fun and entertaining for your student as well. Because I know writing and schoolwork may not be the most fun, but when they're practicing these at home, if they're engaging in play, but also using their fine motor skills such as the pinching, the hand movements, as well as creating the letters as well, just to see how that will turn out. I hope you all enjoy this video. I hope you're all continuing to stay safe, and thank you again for watching.